You keep telling yourself you're lazy, that something is wrong with you, that everyone else has discipline and you just don't. You wake up with plans. You even mean them. But somehow the day slips. Your phone gets heavier. Your body feels stuck. And by night, the guilt is loud again. You replay the same question in your head. Why can't I just do it? And the worst part? You know you're capable. You've seen flashes of it. Moments where you were sharp, focused, alive. So this version of you, the tired, delaying, avoiding version, feels like a betrayal. You don't talk about that part. You joke it off. You call it procrastination. You say, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow has heard that lie before. Deep down, you're not avoiding work. You're avoiding a feeling. The moment you sit down to start, something tightens in your chest. A pressure. A quiet fear that says, what if I try, and it still isn't enough? What if I give this effort, and fail anyway? So you scroll. You distract. You stay busy with things that don't ask anything from you. Because doing nothing hurts less than trying and confirming your worst thoughts. You're not lazy. Lazy people don't feel this much guilt. They don't lie awake replaying missed chances. They don't carry this constant weight of, I should be more. You feel tired because you're in a fight with yourself. Every day. Silently. And you're losing energy not to effort, but to fear. You don't avoid action. You avoid the moment where you have to face what you believe about yourself. And that's heavier than any task. At some point, something starts to feel off about the story you keep telling yourself. If you were truly lazy, why does rest never feel peaceful? Why does doing nothing still exhaust you? Because the truth is you're not resting. You're bracing. You're constantly preparing for a threat that never fully arrives. That threat isn't work. It's judgment. It's the moment your effort becomes visible, to others, yes, but mostly to yourself. You've attached your worth to outcomes. So starting doesn't feel neutral. Starting feels dangerous. If you don't try, you can still imagine a version of yourself who could have succeeded. Potential stays clean when it's untouched. But the moment you act, that fantasy risks collapsing. That's the real tension. Not between you and discipline, but between you and the truth. You're scared of discovering your limits. Scared of learning that effort doesn't guarantee approval. Scared that even at your best, you might still fall short of who you thought you were supposed to be. So avoidance becomes protection. Delay becomes armor. And calling yourself lazy becomes easier than admitting you're afraid. Here's the shift, the quiet one that changes everything. Your resistance isn't proof of weakness. It's proof that something matters to you. You don't avoid meaningless things. You avoid the ones tied to your identity. The ones where failure would hurt because it would feel personal. That heaviness you feel before starting? That's not laziness. That's expectation pressing down on you. And once you see that, you stop attacking yourself. You stop forcing motivation like it's a weapon. You begin to understand that this isn't a discipline problem. It's a self-trust problem. You don't believe effort is safe yet. You don't believe failure won't destroy you. So your mind keeps choosing comfort over exposure. Not because you're broken, but because you're human and trying to protect what little confidence you have left. And when that clicks, even slightly, the fight inside you starts to quiet. Not because everything is fixed, but because for the first time you're not at war with yourself anymore. Here's the truth that changes the way you move forward. You don't need to feel ready, you don't need confidence, and you don't need to stop being afraid. You just need to stop making your fear the decision maker. Action was never supposed to come after clarity. Clarity comes after action. After showing up while your hands are still shaking. The version of you that you're waiting to become, the focused one, the disciplined one, the consistent one, doesn't arrive before the work he's built inside it. Every time you avoid starting, you protect your ego, and quietly teach yourself that fear is in charge. But every time you start anyway, even badly, even slowly, you send a different message. You tell your mind, I can survive this. I can be seen. I can fall short and still stand. That's where the shift becomes real. Not loud, not dramatic, just honest. You stop asking, "What if I fail?" and start asking, "What if avoiding this costs me more than failing ever could?" Because regret doesn't come from trying and missing. It comes from watching your life stay the same because you were too busy protecting a version of yourself that never actually lived. You don't need to conquer fear. You need to move with it beside you. Let the discomfort exist. Let the imperfection show. Let the effort be messy. This is how you stop feeling lazy. Not by becoming harder on yourself, but by becoming braver with your presence. You were never avoiding work, you were avoiding pain. And now you know something important. The pain of starting passes, but the pain of staying stuck keeps collecting interest. This isn't a motivational speech. It's a quiet decision. The moment you stop waiting to feel different and choose to act anyway, that's when your life finally